According to me and Bunny. Their show's not big. It's huge!
Mr. Trump, what are your thoughts on how should we go about making sure we can protect innocent life in this country?
We're going to be looking at a lot of different things. And, a lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people are saying that bad things are happening out there. We're going to be looking at that and plenty of other things.
Donald, question right over here. What are you going to do as president in regards to Common Core? What actions are you going to take?
We're going to be looking at a lot of different things. And, a lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people are saying that bad things are happening out there. We're going to be looking at that and plenty of other things.
That is like he can say that for anything.
Yes! It's just insert issue.
A lot of things.
Donald, what are we going to do for lunch?
We're going to be looking at a lot of different things. And, a lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people are saying that bad things are happening out there. We're going to be looking at that and plenty of other things.
It's According to Me and Bunny, Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on K98 Talk. Two hosts that are different from those that aren't so different. It's Angie. It's Paul. It's real, serious nonsense.
Hello, it's 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday night, and instead of watching football, you guys are listening to Real Serious Nonsense with Angie and Clay. That's my new voice for the opening. I use my NPR voice for the opening from now on.
Well, they chose being here on top of the football game as well as the new Star Wars trailer. So,
that's right.
These are some mentally ill people in this chat.
I'm actually a little bit upset about missing the Star Wars trailer myself.
You have to watch a lot of football to see it, though, right?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait until it's on the internet. And then I'll watch it. But
which will literally be about 5 seconds after it starts. Right?
Exactly.
It'll be there.
Exactly. Well, we both had a pretty rough weekend, so I'm guessing that today is going to be, tonight's show is going to be really, we're going to be kind of tired. And I told you I was only going to use one-word sentences before we started. I was just going to say yes and no. But I decided that would be really boring for them. So I'm not going to do that. My hard drive died. I had a computer hard drive die. Luckily, I'm OCD enough that I saved.
Oh, wait, that's Star Wars, isn't it? How does taps go? It's like the same thing, isn't it?
No, it's not the same thing. I'm really bad at tunes. I can't carry a tune in a bucket. So, to get me to do the tune is not going to be helpful because it won't sound like anything that it's supposed to sound like. I'm really horrible at it. But I did have a hard drive die this weekend, and it was sad. It kind of felt like, I don't know, it felt like a pet maybe, but not a really good pet. It's not dog level, but maybe if you had a pet lizard or something like that, then that's how it felt. But I am OCD enough where I saved a lot of stuff. And between my OCD and my husband's OCD, we didn't lose. I mean, I might have lost some bookmarks, and that's about it. So that's good. And now I have a better hard drive. But I think that everybody would be really interested to know about your hard weekend. Your skunk did not win the best tail prize.
No, the skunk didn't win, but they didn't use that category, so the skunk is still the reigning champion, best tail in all of Florida. No. You guys can hold your applause until the end. I know.
They're going to think that I'm kidding, that I'm making this up. I'm not kidding. He has a pet skunk. It's a pet skunk that he took it to a convention. He took it to some kind of little fair or something. And last year it won best tail. They did not have a best tail this year.
So, but I mean, look, do you guys laugh at people that go to the Westminster Dog Show? I mean, it's like the same thing, except for skunks.
It's not the same thing. It's a skunk. It's very different. It's very different.
No.
I do find it hilarious that you have a skunk, though. I'm sorry. I just think that's the best thing ever. But I feel bad that he didn't win anything. He got second place, right? He got second place in something.
Yes, second place in its color category. It's, it's an all-white skunk, so it's competing against other white skunks.
Eric is saying that our mics sound like crap. He's saying that they're off.
It's probably our voice. I think he's mistaken.
Here's a good thing. This is what he says. We need to use RWNJ funding to crowdfund some new mics for you guys. And he said he's in for $10. But that does bring us to a good point. We do have a wonderful sponsor in RWNJ funding. If you guys want to go visit them, they are a crowdfunding site. They came about because they just decided that they were going to answer the call for a crowdfunding site that reflects a good conservative, libertarian, generally right-leaning causes. They felt like that a lot of those things were getting shut down, and they wanted to help out. So they started this whole crowdfunding site. If you go and you visit them, they'll contribute $10 for the first 10 campaigns. And they won't close down your campaign. As long as your campaign meets the terms and conditions and fully legal, they won't cancel your campaign. I really don't think they even care if it is not a right-leaning cause. If you just want to raise money for something silly like, mics for us, although my mic is pretty good. I have a pretty nice headset with a mic attached to it. So it might just be that our producer is really bad. Oh, I'm sorry, that's you.
Maybe we can raise funds for a new producer.
But anyway, you can raise funds for anything that you want. They're not going to close it down. They did not cave to social media or mob pressure, and they respect the constitutional values of free expression and freedom of conscience. Visit them. It's rwnjfunding.com. They're great. Love them. Glad that they're sponsoring us. It's awesome, right?
Yes, it's very awesome. Sorry, I was in the chat talking to Trigger. He said that the skunk reminds you of a cat, and you're a cat racist, and that's why you're making fun of the skunk.
With the skunk, I've never actually seen the skunk. I just know that he won Good Tail or Best Tail or whatever it was last year.
And this isn't like a prostitutes convention where we're just using code words for skunk, because they also have a Best Tail award there. This is actually a skunk.
I've never actually seen the skunk, just like I never saw. Okay, let's just explain to them that you don't have normal pets. Like you have a bearded dragon.
I had a bearded dragon. The bearded dragon is passed.
Oh no!
I know.
You've had him for a while. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I wouldn't have brought him up. It made it all sad. And I even acted like my hard drive was just like a lizard dying instead of a dog. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I feel a little bit bad about it.
It's all right. Life goes on.
Okay, and you also have some sort of like they're like kind of look like a rat and a bat had a baby. What are they called? I always forget.
The sugar gliders.
Sugar gliders. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you used to have some sort of weird mutant chicken, but the chicken died too. What are you doing? You're like killing all your pets. The skunk's going to get back.
The chicken's cause of death was unknown. I don't want to talk about the bearded dragon because I think I was spraying the house with pesticides and I put the lizard outside, and you know how that goes with glass. So it was totally my fault. It was horrible.
Oh, poor thing. I do feel bad about it. I'm sorry. I'm going to sound like people are going to listen to this podcast. They're going to be like, she's heartless. She's heartless. Like, I'm not meaning to laugh. I actually do.
You talk about my dead animals like they're punchlines. I mean, come on.
I didn't mean to. Although the mutant chicken, I think I accused you of eating that one. So I'm.
No, Bunny still swears to this day that I ate the mutant chicken.
I don't think that you would have the lizard because I know that you actually liked that little pet. Yes. I am actually sorry that he's dead. I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me?
I'm pretty sure I told you. You've had a lot going on.
You didn't tell me. I would have remembered that.
Oh. It was in spring. It's been a while. So.
Oh, poor thing. Okay.
Because I'd probably be afraid you'd bring it up on the show or something.
you had told me, I wouldn't have brought it up on the show, I swear. That's horrible. I feel awful. Okay. You know what will help you feel better? Like if we move to a different subject, I know that's something that's going to cheer you up really, really quick. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to read this as a trailer for a play that's coming on. Okay. It's a trailer for a play. And then I'm going to tell you something really cool about the play. Okay. The year is 2063 and Tom Valentine, the first openly gay president of the United States, faces a host of problems. An imminent civil war, the threat of an African invasion, an adulterous first gentleman, and zombies in the basement of the White House.
Wait, is an African invasion racist? Why'd they have to use Africa?
I would think that would be racist.
Okay, sorry.
With his power,
go on.
With his power, his marriage, and the nation's well-being at stake, he must decide what he cares most about saving and at what cost. Does this sound awesome? It's called Zombie, the American. It's a play. And the National Endowment of the Arts, yes, our federal government, guess how much money they have given to the first gay president who fights zombies in the White House basement play? Just take a guess.
$30,000.
Double. $60,000. National Arts. Okay, first
Look,
off.
for $10,000, I can make that play. I can make that play happen.
That's what I was going to say. First off, I can do the gay zombie president, the gay president fighting zombies in the basement for a lot less than $60,000. So, I'm really upset about that. But this is it's on Washington Free Beacon. And if you go and you watch the trailer, they have a trailer. The makeup is really bad. It's really bad. And so I'm wondering, where did the $60,000 go? It's really, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. It's one of those things that maybe if I ran across of it, on PBS or something, I would be like, what in the world? And you would sit and stare at it because you're like, what is this about? What's going on? But it doesn't look like it's good.
But seriously, would you pay, who would pay to go watch that?
Oh, it's the tickets. Let's see, what were they? They were between $35 and $68. $35 for the zombie. No, I'm sorry. He's not a zombie. He's just gay. He's the first gay president with an
Fighting
adulterous
zombies.
First husband who fights zombies in the basement. I have no words. But didn't that cheer you up? Don't you feel way better now that we got that story out and we're able to talk about it?
Yes, that cheered me up greatly.
Would you pay $35 to go see it?
You know what? I think out of curiosity, yes. I would.
You would go. You wouldn't pay $30, would you? Would you pay $35 for real? I wouldn't.
Out of curiosity, I think other than school plays, I can't say I've ever watched a play. So it'd be a new experience for me. I'm not very cultured out here, so.
Well, I've watched plays, and I wouldn't pay $35 for the gay president fighting zombies play. I just wouldn't. Speaking of zombies, I know you don't watch The Walking Dead, and I'm not going to give out any spoilers, but that show was awesome last night, and Carol is the bomb. Okay? You can move on, but I just had to say that, because that's how it goes.
All right, so I'm sorry, I passed my time limit here, so hopefully you don't report me, but you're still good doing the show, right? You're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
I just want to make sure.
What's going on?
Because in California, and I'm assuming this may apply to other things as well, sex partners must say yes every 10 minutes or it's rape. So, so I need to ask, make sure you're still good to do the show about every 10 minutes. So hopefully somebody in the chat can keep good time for me here. First of all, I know that. What?
I don't think that podcasts and sex are the same. I don't think we have to actually do that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you got to be sure. You know, we're doing this podcast across state lines, so I'm sure somehow we're subjected to California laws somehow. Don't ask me how. Stranger things have happened. But yeah. So
That's
I mean,
crazy.
I mean, nothing sets the mood, right? Like, and you know, for those that are married or have been married, 10 minutes. They probably should make that like 1 minute. Every 1 minute.
But this wasn't really like, is that like an actual law, or that's just what they were teaching? From what I read, they were telling them that it's a group of 10th graders, right? That's what they're teaching in sex ed in California. But is it actually like a law?
No, I don't think so, but it will be.
They're just teaching them that. They were like, every 10 minutes you have to like check and make sure that everything's okay.
Yeah, you got to make sure. I don't know.
I thought it was funny when I read the article. One of the boys that he came up with, like, they were saying, this is going to be awkward. You can't just ask that every 10 minutes. And one of the boys said that he's just going to say, "You good? You good?"
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
This isn't rape, right? Right?
Oh, jeez. It's crazy.
Wait, stop. We have to sign another statement. Here. The time is now 9:16. We are good to go until 9:26.
That is crazy. Like, seriously. Who does that? California's nuts. I'm sorry, but they are. They're just kind of nutty, I think.
Oh, the students did not seem convinced. I don't know what that's referring to, but they sat in groups to brainstorm ways to ask for affirmative consent. They crossed off a list of options. Can I touch you there? Too clinical. Do you want to do this? Too tentative. Do you like that? Not direct enough.
Do you like that is not direct enough?
Well,
you good.
Do you like that kind of... I don't think that's really asking for consent. I think that's kind of more... that's kind of more needy. You're wanting some feedback, and I don't know. I try to stay highbrow when we talk about things like this. So,
did you wait a second? Say that sentence again. Say that sentence again.
Highbrow?
Yeah. Did you just say you try to stay highbrow?
When talking about subjects like these, I like turning normal subjects dirty, and dirty subjects I like to keep above the belt. So no, you cannot touch me there.
But to say highbrow, like, just associate it with our show. You've listened to our show, right? I mean,
right.
You've been involved in the show. So saying highbrow, I don't know. I just don't think that you're probably going to get fined for that.
Speaking of highbrow, this transition us well into the Amazon item of the day.
Oh no!
So, as you guys probably already know, we are an Amazon partner. So what that means is you go to Polititainment.net, click on the Amazon banner, and buy all the stuff you were going to buy anyway. And we get a portion of the proceeds. It doesn't cost you guys anything more, and it helps support our, the funds that we have to help me get another skunk that maybe has a better tail. So they don't eliminate the category on me this year. So, you ready for this? It doesn't get much more highbrow than this.
Okay.
And also, this item also has 12-month financing so you can use your Amazon store card for this. So, I'm just going to read the description because I really don't know how to do an intro to this. All right, so what are you going to do with all of this? Are you going to have a wrestling match? The biggest adult party ever? Or if you're simply looking for a simply jaw-dropping amount of this, what this is a 55-gallon drum of Passion natural water-based lubricant. A 55-gallon drum of lubricant.
Well, wow. Okay. I don't know what to say to that.
The pump is included. With its superb natural feeling, it keeps Yeah, I'm not going to go there. It also works great with all toys. So you may never run out of lube again. So for the low price, the list price for this item, what would you think the list price is, Angie? 55. Last time you shopped for a 55-gallon drum of personal lubricant.
I've never ever shopped for a 55-gallon drum of anything, much less that.
Well, the list price is $3,482. $3,482 is the list price. But today, with free shipping, and it comes with a free pump, only $1,275. You save $2,200, and you better act now. There's only 3 left in stock.
How many were there in stock to begin with?
I'm not sure, but it is a 4-star item and it has 314 reviews, all which I'm sure are legit because Amazon's now suing people that do fake reviews. So
that is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I mean, I guess if you got Forced Gay by Aliens, the book, you would need that amount of lubricant. I mean, I'm assuming that maybe aliens are harder to deal with than regular humans, but I can't imagine anyone actually writing a review for it or buying it. I
mean, could you imagine just how impressive would that be to your date when you bring her home and you asked her for her consent, and then after about 10 minutes on the couch, you say, let's go to my room, and she walks in and sees a 55-gallon drum of lubricant. And hopefully you asked for consent about 30 seconds before you went to the room because now you've only got about 9.5 minutes.
Eric has done the math and he says that's about $23.18 a gallon. Oh.
No, I think this is pretty funny that they ask the questions and answers. Question: is it kosher? Answer: no, it's used for porking. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go to break. I don't even know how to handle that. Let's go to break. I need to go to break. I don't even know how to handle that.
I think Humpty Hump's a good transition for this
one. Whether you're an employee or business owner, when it comes to the correct course of legal action, it's the first step that is important. And make that first step with attorney Ted Hong. You need someone you can trust and has the experience you need when it comes to workplace and employment law. If you've lost your employment due to discrimination, false accusations, or being denied benefits, you need Ted Hong. Or if you're an employer who wants to ensure compliance with workplace regulations and labor contracts, you need Ted Hong. Ted and his team also cover family and property law and estate litigation as well. Ted has over 30 years of experience, and him and his amazing legal team will provide you cost-effective legal consultation and make the experience all about you and your needs. For more information or to set up a consultation, contact the law office of Ted Hong at 808-933-1919 or visit tedhonglaw.com. Ted Hong, an experienced and principled attorney you can trust. 808-933-1919 or tedhonglaw.com.
That is like insane. It sounds, I have to say that it sounds better in like the 2-minute clip than it does when you play the full 5-minute thing.
It's only 2 minutes. It's not even 2 minutes. I never intended for it to be that long. I apologize.
Oh. Okay, let's talk about this real quick, just because I think it's funny. All right, everybody's going insane. They're like on Joe Biden watch. Like, is he going to get in? Is he not going to get in? Is he going to get in? But apparently, Joe Biden, according to CBS News,
he heard my song and he's getting in. He's getting in.
He heard your Joe Biden run song. Lord, I hope not. Okay. Anyway, he said, according to CBS News, one of his advisors said that Joe does not like bullies, and he will not be bullied. He's never really been part of the Democratic establishment and could care less about it. Okay, I have a couple things to say about this. Hasn't Joe Biden...
You're still good, right? You're still good?
I'm good. I'm good. You good?
Okay, good. I'm good.
Hasn't Joe Biden been in the Senate, like some sort of public office since like 1972? I mean, he was in the Senate since I was born, since before I was born. He was first elected in like 1972, and he wants to say he's not part of the establishment. How can he even say that? I don't even understand how he can say that. But then he's basically saying that the Clinton campaign is telling him he needs to either, decide or not decide, and he's calling them bullies, which I find hilarious. I think that part's hilarious.
That's
He
pretty
will
funny.
not be bullied. He will not be bullied, and he's not part of the establishment, even though he's been in office of some sort since like 1972. It's insane.
I mean, he kind of like is the definition of like I would say traditional Democrat. I mean, a lot of these other people that you see now are newer. You know, Obama's fairly. I mean, compared to the Biden standard, Obama's like still new.
Well, that's true.
For
Did you
40
see
years.
the Saturday Night Live skit of the Democrat debate? Did you see that?
Yeah, I have to say, and I am Seinfeld, like best show ever to me. I don't care for Curb Your Enthusiasm at all, but Larry David was fantastic
He was.
as Bernie Sanders. It was great.
I thought he was awesome. But the thing that's even funnier is like Bernie Sanders apparently decided that he was going to go out to and like answer and say I have more than one pair of underpants, which I find hilarious. Like, I mean, I'm not a fan of Bernie, but that's pretty funny. Like he saw the skit and he's like, I have more than, I have a lot of underpants. Was basically his statement.
I didn't see that they respond. Was he responding in good humor or like I'm offended?
Yeah, he was joking. He was joking around. It was pretty funny.
It'd been funnier if he brought out like a pack of Hanes that he just bought or something. That would have been great.
Well, probably. But what was really funny was that like CNN and everybody, like especially CNN, had like a headline. You know how they have the little things running across the bottom, and
It's called a ticker.
ticker. Okay, well, but this was the head one. It's not the ticker with the little tiny type. It's the headline of what they're talking about at the moment. The one above the ticker. I guess that might still be called a ticker. I don't know.
Is it
Anyway,
a sub
it says,
ticker?
I don't know.
Ticker?
I would think it was the headline ticker. I don't know. It says Sanders clarifies, I have plenty of underpants. That is hilarious to just see on TV. Sanders clarifies, I have plenty of underpants. I found that hilarious. I don't know why. I just thought it was funny. But I did think the skit was pretty funny. I thought the skit was better than the debate itself.
I didn't watch the debate, and I know we need to give our timely analysis of it since nobody else has covered the debate, and it's only been 6 days. But I didn't watch it. I actively tweeted, and because that's how I did with the first GOP debate, and I actually have a lot of fun just tweeting like I'm watching it because I'm usually right. Like you can just guess, you know what's going on by like what your timeline's saying. It seems like I missed a lot, but it was fun.
You actually did one really, really awesome tweet over the debate, and I just have to read it because it just cracked me up. Apparently, Vanilla Ice really liked Bernie Sanders, and he tweeted, I think Bernie won that debate. Hillary is a close second. O'Malley had a good closing speech. Overall, Bernie. And you quoted Vanilla Ice's tweet and said, stop, redistribute, and listen. Is the best. I was just like, oh my goodness, that is awesome. Stuff like that, honestly, people don't know. Like we've known each other through Twitter for several years, but those kind of tweets, that's what got me addicted to Twitter in the first place. And I just died laughing. Like I laughed about that for at least 15 minutes when I saw that.
Yeah, and that had
That
some
was
fun
awesome.
too. Sarah got in, and we kind of made a few more lines of the song. And we both actually conceded at the same time because she said her last one was lame, and I disagreed with her, and I said I don't know the next line of the song to continue this. But
You didn't know the next line?
I drew a blank. You know how long it's been since I heard that? I always get excited because I always, I catch. Damn, what's the name of the song that they stole the beat from? Under Pressure. I always hear Under Pressure. I'm like, oh, it's going to be Vanilla Ice, and it's not. So.
So you get sad. You get sad if it's not Vanilla Ice. You get sad if it's Under Pressure.
It's just like when like the band, like a band starts, like before a band comes on stage, sometimes they'll play music before you can see who they are. It's like the band's playing the other band's song, and then all of a sudden they drop the curtain, and it's not the band you were wanting to see right now. So it's the same thing. I'm disappointed.
I can't believe you didn't know like the thing though. Like, I think I could probably know every single word. I mean, I'm not a good rapper, but I could probably do every word of Ice Ice Baby. I'm pretty sure I could. I'm not going to do it. I'll do the first lines. After collaborate and listener, isn't it Ice is back with a brand new invention? I'm pretty sure
Something's grabbed a hold of me tightly. Something, daily and nightly.
Glow
Will it
like
ever
a
stop,
harpoon.
yo? I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme. Oh, there it is. To the extreme, I light your light like a candle.
I rock the mic like a vandal, light up the stage and wax a chump like a candle.
And then that's where I'm out. I'm out now. It's something.
Okay.
Ooh.
Speaking of weird stuff, you know this. Probably other people don't know this, but you know that I have this weird thing that I really hate certain numbers, and I really, really dislike the number 57. I don't know why. It's just I do not like that number. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like it. But I found this story that made me laugh because apparently there's a college in Massachusetts. There is a math professor that's retiring, and he apparently really, really likes the number 17. He knows countless facts about the number 17. Like it's the seventh prime number. He says it has broad applications in mathematics and all this kind of stuff. So in this college, since he's retiring, they have changed the speed limit from 15 to 17 throughout the entire campus in honor of him.
It sounds like living dangerously to me.
He said he was there for like 45 years. His name is David Kelly. David Kelly with a favorite number. I wouldn't pick 17. I like the number 16. I don't like the number 17, but I really dislike the number 57. Do you have any numbers that you like or do not like?
I like 17. 17 is my birthday. I like 17.
Well, just so that you guys know, he picks on me about this number 57 on a regular basis. Anytime he can throw it in, like to a chat or whatever, he's like, there's 57 of those or whatever. But I really dislike the number. I don't know why. I just don't like it. But is there anybody else? You guys tweet me. It's @ArtistAngie. Do you guys have like numbers that you don't like? Am I the only person that has this? Like, I mean, I know that, there has to be. You have to have numbers that you like and don't like. Isn't it a thing?
I don't like 4, but I don't like freak out when I see it.
Well, I don't freak out. I'm not like it's not like I see a snake. Like, I'm really afraid of snakes. It's not like I see the number 57 and flip out. I just don't like it. It just gives me the, ugh. I just go, ugh. It's yucky. Like, I would never, if I'm paying
You're good. You're good, right? You're good?
I'm good. You good?
I'm good. Well, you said, ooh, I just want to make sure it wasn't about the podcast, because I want to make sure you were still down with the podcast. And renew my 10 minutes.
And it ended up at 57 cents or something like that. Like, I would buy something else just so I didn't have to pay 57 cents. Like, I would not, I don't like that number. But does this happen? Does this happen to you?
As somebody that's worked in retail a lot, I can tell you, like, that's the easiest upsell ever, is when somebody buys something worth $6.66. Almost every single time somebody buys something else. Every time. That
part really, that doesn't really bother me. But 57, yeah, I'm not into it. I don't like it.
So here's a brilliant idea. If anybody does retail, change your prices to where with tax it comes up to $6.66. You'll be rich. You'll increase your sales by 10%. I promise.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying.
I'm telling you the truth.
what else do you want to talk about? I had another story. What was it? I told you that we had to talk about it. I know that Cranky linked it to me, but I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. I don't think I've even read the story. So.
Oh, I know what it was. This was funny. It's our robot thing. You know we like to talk about robots.
Yeah, I didn't see that story, so this is a new story to me.
Apparently, there was going to be a Sex with Robots conference in Malaysia, and they banned it. They decided they're going to ban it.
Did they ban the conference, or did they actually ban sex with robots?
They actually banned the conference, and they said that relations between humans and robots is illegal. It's illegal there, and which it should be. I mean, I'm not for it. I just think, okay.
Wait. So if they say it's illegal to have sex with a robot, does that not include any like motor device that people may be using for such activities? I mean, does that not outlaw like anything? I'm trying to keep it clean. I'm trying to keep it clean. Just think, something with an artificial motor that hums. Okay.
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 I don't know if that counts as a robot. I don't know if I would think that just counts as an electrical device, maybe. I don't know if it counts as a robot. I don't know.
Who are you? Who are you to pigeonhole these machines and tell them what they are and what they aren't?
I think to be a robot, like, you have to have, like, meet certain criteria to be a robot. You can't just be, it's not just electronics, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert on robotics, and I'm definitely not an expert on the sex part of it.
Having this conversation actually kind of scares me, because you kind of wonder where the social justice warriors will be going next once they're done, continuing to burn the gender lines. And now we are going to have to hear about how the toaster has feelings and rights, because its brother Hitchbot also has feelings. No. So it's going to get ugly, and then people will identify as a robot, and then people will say that you can't have sex with them, or you can't have sex with them, or something.
There's already people that identify as robots. There has to be. I mean, there's people that identify as wolves. There have to be people that identify as robots.
Oh, Hillary. Yep, you're right. Sorry.
That's right. I forgot. She said that the other week. She's like, she was created in somebody's garage, right?
Yes.
That's crazy. Hillary, she's in some trouble. I read this today. They said that, well, I mean, she might not be in trouble. Who am I kidding? She's probably not in trouble because she's going to get away with it. But under her, they were saying that under Clinton, the state cybersecurity was the worst. Like, the State Department's compliance with federal cybersecurity standards was the worst since forever. It was below average when she took over and grew worse each year. Which, I mean, this is the person who had the email server in the bathroom, right? So I don't know why anybody's surprised by it. But, I mean, there actually is a report saying that now. But, I don't know. I think she's going to get away with it, don't you? I think she gets away with everything. I think she just gets a free ride on it.
She will. It seems that way. The CIA doesn't seem to care, so whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's I don't know. She's just going to get away with it. And like, she got away. She was in the South this weekend and using her little fake Southern accent again. And what I want to know is, where are the SJWs on this? Like, they're always whining about cultural appropriation and stuff like that. As a Southerner, I want to say that Hillary Clinton does not have a Southern accent, and she doesn't even do it correctly. I'm kind of offended by it, actually. And so if we're going to talk about cultural appropriation and such, I want the SJWs to start calling her out for it, because her Southern accent sucks. She doesn't even say pie correctly. She's just like, she doesn't draw out any of her syllables. She doesn't do it right. She sucks. I didn't even hear her say y'all, I don't think. She did it really badly. I was offended. Are you offended for me?
I'm offended for you.
You good? You good?
I'm good. We still got 4 minutes.
4 minutes? Before what?
until you need to re-up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right. Well, your turn. What story you want to talk about?
My turn. I don't really have anything here. I got the one story. I want to save that till the end. I think. Um, we got so many stories here. I don't remember these stories. No. Let's just let everybody hear me try to find a story. Oh, how about this story you put in here? And I didn't even read the story, but I'm going to go with this because it's football night. The Detroit Lions are making fans vomit because they're so bad. You picked that story. Oh yeah,
actually, you're the one that linked. You linked me that story last week.
Maybe it was just a bodily fluid story. I didn't get to read that, so I think they actually won over the weekend. Not that you care. And you talk about the skunk show, and I was actually in a suite yesterday to watch my Jacksonville Jaguars get their butt handed to them. But there was free food involved, so it was all good. But I said there. I didn't spend all weekend messing with skunks. I was actually in an NFL suite. It was lovely.
Well, why?
Does that give me some man points back?
I don't know.
Why? Because somebody said, "Hey, you want to go to the suite?" And I said, "Hell yes." You don't say no to that. There's no way you can say no to that. You would go to this. You would go to the suite.
Probably not. I probably wouldn't. No, I'm not kidding. I probably wouldn't. Unless there was are the seats comfortable? Could I sleep?
I don't think you could sleep, but they're comfortable.
Is there good food? Is there something else other than just watching football out of a window in a box? Is there something else involved?
There was great food. There was alcohol, which you don't drink. But the food was good.
I think I would probably. All right, I might go because I like food. I might would go. I don't know. I wouldn't. I would enjoy it if there was good food and I could take a nap. But I don't know about actually watching football.
You make it sound like this is a picnic. This is football.
It's not?
No, it's not a picnic.
And who was playing? Who's your team? The Jaguars, is that right?
Yes, they're horrible.
And they're really bad.
They were playing the Texans, who is supposedly worse than them, except the Texans handily kicked their butt.
Okay, in politics world, Jaguars would be Bernie.
In the politics world, this would be like Chafee versus Webb.
And which one are the Jaguars? Is it Chafee or Webb?
They're definitely a Chafee.
That's awful. Yeah. That's horrible. Okay, well, anyway, apparently, what happened at the Detroit thing? Somebody just puked, right?
Yeah. I just wanted to talk about my being in a suite to get some credibility back that you continually try to diminish. So.
Oh. Okay, well, let's talk about this. I found this pretty funny. There is a stoner. Stoner calls police too high on marijuana, and he's found in a pile of Doritos. I thought this was great. This is so great. Okay, the other day, a lonely stoner took one hit too many, and he was so baked he was burnt around the edges. Whoever wrote this. An hour after 4:20, an Ohio man called police because he was too high on some dank marijuana. They said they arrived and were directed to the bedroom upstairs by the caller's grandfather. They headed upstairs and they heard him groaning at the end of the hall. When they opened the door, they found him laying on the floor in the fetal position, surrounded by a plethora of Doritos, Pepperidge Farm Goldfish, and Chips Ahoy cookies.
This guy's living the dream. Other than the pot, I'm not into that, but this guy is living the dream.
I'm so glad that it's Ohio though instead of Florida, just for your sake. I'm glad that it's not Florida.
Yeah.
And then the police report says that the man told the officers he couldn't feel his hand because he smoked too much weed. And then he gave the officer the keys to his car where he had smoked it, and they recovered all the stuff. And according to the police, the charges are pending and all that, but the man is going to be the saddest pothead ever because now all of his stuff is gone and he ruined all of those Doritos by laying in them. I think he'll probably still eat them. Like if he gets high again, I don't think he'll care that he was laying all over them and stuff and they're all crushed. I think he would probably still eat them, don't you?
Yeah, I would.
I think so.
They don't ever go bad.
Oh.
What?
This one was good. This one was from last week. We didn't talk about this. This is pretty funny. I haven't read the whole thing, so we'll have to talk about it in a minute. But the 800-pound man that was kicked out of the hospital for ordering pizza.
Yeah. I think the story's actually more sad than funny. I mean, really. The guy weighs
really
almost
weird.
800 pounds, and he has to lose, he has to get down to 550 to get a gastric bypass. So he's 250 pounds away. So the hospital has him in there on a weight loss program, and the dude orders a pizza. And him and his father are offended that they got kicked out of the hospital. They're offended because of his eating addiction that led him to this place. So what they did, they tried fighting getting kicked out, and they said, no, you got to go. So because they have nowhere to put him, and because they're saying if they go home, he's going to fall back into his habit of lying in bed and eating, he's driving him around in the back of his SUV. Driving him all around, not that Rhode Island's even should be a state, but he's driving him all around Rhode Island to find a hospital that will accommodate him.
I think it's kind of sad, but at the same time, like I can't believe that they're getting mad at the hospital. If you're going to be there and you're not going to do what you need to do, there's nothing the hospital can really do for you. I mean, that's like a diabetic not taking their insulin. Like if you're going to go there and try to lose weight and you're ordering pizza, that's not going to work. You can't do that. It's not going to work. It's pretty sad. I feel bad for him though. I mean, I feel bad for him.
I don't. He ordered a pizza.
You don't feel bad for him?
He ordered a pizza.
I feel kind of bad. I know, but still, I mean, I think it's like an addiction issue. But I do kind of feel bad for him. A little bit.
Let's take a quick break.
Okay. You good?
It's gonna be a very quick break. I'm good. Yes, okay. I think we can almost make it to the end of the show now. Okay. We're good.
Okay. Cool.
You better gain weight. You better hit bulls out of kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
Are you conservative in a world of liberal?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're not alone. Hey, I'm Daniel Stafford, host of the Stafford Voice, and I'd like to invite you to tune in each Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern, where I'll break down the events of the week, and together we'll learn about how they affect you. So, sit back and get ready for the good, the bad, and the ugly of talk radio right here on K98 Talk.
The name is Dolphin. Spy Dolphin. And I'd like my humor shaken, not stirred.
Real serious nonsense.
You good?
I'm good.
I heard myself echo back. Am I echoing like through the whole show or just like some of the time?
I don't hear it. They hear it, I guess, but whatever.
Okay, let's talk about this because I think it's funny. Apparently, you know how crazy that vegetarians can get, right? Like, we've had the vegetarian stories where they're going insane. There was a survey, USA Today did a survey where 1 in 3 vegetarians admits to eating meat when they're drunk. So they get drunk. They get drunk and eat meat. 63% of the vegetarians who took the survey reported they did not eat meat regardless of how much they drank. But there was a pretty large portion, 37% admitted to eating meat after having too much to drink.
So is there a special walk of shame for that? Because I'm just picturing like you see it on TV where people wake up next to somebody and they're like, oh, like do you wake up next to a plate full of empty rib bones and like, no, what did I do? That's what I'm picturing. Or you're sitting next to you wake up in cuddled up with a McDonald's wrapper.
You had to walk out of McDonald's.
Right.
Like you fall asleep, and then you had to walk out.
Hoping nobody sees you leaving that place, because everybody will know what you were doing.
And then you wake up the next day and there's McDonald's wrappers. You have to throw them away. You're like, oh no, I ate meat. And then your friends take a picture of you biting into a cheeseburger. Just like people take friends of somebody hugging up on some really ugly person. Imagine like if I were out drinking one night and I'm like doing the however people dance. What's the name of that dance? Where they're shaking their butt. I forgot. Twerk.
Twerk. Yeah, I'm out there twerking on the dance floor with somebody who's 65 years old wearing a tube top. I mean, it's kind of like that. Which has never happened, but that one time, and there's no pictures.
I was going to say that description is so detailed. I'm like, I kind of feel bad for you. I'm like, I'm concerned that this is a real story.
It was not at the Oasis. It was not a spring night, and I was not drinking Jaeger. One of those things.
I don't believe you. I just don't believe you. Okay, I think it's your turn. Is it your turn?
No, I don't think so. I think it's your turn.
Okay. Let's talk about this. I found it fairly amusing. Apparently, Oregon Library, after 52 years, someone checked out 2 books in 1963 and decided to put them back in and return them with a note. They put them in the little book drop thing, where you have on the outside of the libraries. They put it in with a little note, and it says, the books are outdated, but I'll let you decide their fate now. And they had returned them at 52 years old, okay? And here's the books that they were, which I found hilarious. Basic Principles of Speech and Preface to Critical Reading.
What?
Those were the 2 books. They were checked out for 52 years. It's like they never could get past the preface of critical reading. They just got on. For 52 years, they finally returned it. I just found that hilarious. I don't know why, but that amused me.
They critically thought about it and said, I should probably take these books back. It's about time.
I love that. I think it's great. Okay. Now it definitely is your turn.
Okay. I wasn't going to do this one because this is also kind of sad, but we need a Florida story. We don't have one. So, homeless man reported a dead body by carrying a skull into a Florida Publix and using it as a puppet. I'm picturing like Shakespeare here. I don't really know. Once again, it's kind of sad, but this also happened in Florida. This was actually a pretty big story. I think this was covered by like everybody. And of course, they have a picture of the skull, which is kind of disturbing. I wish I didn't look at this now because it's very close to bedtime.
The skull isn't going to scare you. It's just a little picture of a skull. It looks like a Georgia O'Keeffe painting. Get over it.
It looks like there's worms in the skull and stuff.
Come on.
In the jaws missing.
It's just like dirty.
This is why I let you pick the stories. Anyway, that was my Florida story, and that's the only reason I brought that up. So now it's your turn.
Well,
I'll leave. You can have the Walmart story, right? You can take the Walmart story.
Oh, you can have the Walmart story. I don't want anything to do with that Walmart story.
Okay, I want to bring this one up.
That Walmart story.
Well, I'm going to do this story too, just because this should be quick. And this one is I like this one. Man, 53, calls 911 to complain that his girlfriend would not have sex with him. When a cop responded to his Spartanburg,
South Carolina.
Yep, Spartanburg, South Carolina, when they responded to his house, he stated he called 911 because his girlfriend, and it gives her name, would not give him any ass. And that's a quote. And worse yet, she told the police that he had been drinking all day and didn't know where he was at. She added that he got into bed and wanted to have sex, but she had her grandchildren with her.
Good grief. That's a mess.
Yes.
That's a complete mess.
Yes,
I don't have any words for that except for stop. Make that stop.
He should have asked if she was good. You good? You good?
You good? You good?
You good?
Okay, you had to do the Walmart story. I don't want anywhere near it. It's horrible.
Okay. This is in Arkansas. An Arkansas woman is now behind bars after Walmart employees found her trying on tampons and sanitary pads in the feminine care aisle. My first comment on this is she's 44 years old. I would think by now she would have had ample opportunity to determine which one fit best in a proper setting. And it gets worse. She complained that the Tampax lights were causing her to leak, and the cardboard applicator was too rough for her woo-woo. And she wanted to exchange them for something else. And then this is here, I'm like picturing like some Arkansas. This is Arkansas, remember. If anybody remembers, and I know Angie probably doesn't know, the video of the streak where they interview the guy. Have you seen that, Angie? Are you even by the microphone?
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay, you've seen that.
I've seen it.
So I'm picturing that as they're interviewing this Walmart employee. I was stocking the deodorants, which is right next to the aisle where the feminine hygiene products are kept. When I walked past the aisle, the crazy lady out of her mind was in, and I couldn't believe what I saw. I mean, really. There were 5 used bloody tampons on the ground that she'd already tried on. I caught her trying to stick a sanitary pad on her underwear. And that's when I radioed for security. It gets worse.
It doesn't. It can't get worse.
It gets worse. When security confronted the woman, she turned around to leave. And this is the quote from the security officer, also in the Ray Stevens voice. When I asked her what she was doing, she turned around to take off, head of security says. That's when I grabbed her arm, pulled her towards me, but I slipped on one of the bloody tampons, and we both hit the ground. That was probably the most disgusting thing that's ever happened to me.
Ooh, that's disgusting.
Walmart released a statement. It is against our policy, to allow customers to try on tampons in the aisles, in the bathrooms, or in the dressing rooms. Anyone attempting this will be arrested. It must be pretty bad that Walmart had to release a statement.
That is disgusting. I didn't even read that whole story. I just read the headline, and I was like, I know that I'm not picking that story, so I'm not going to read it.
I tried pinning it on you, but it didn't work.
That is disgusting. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. However, your Southern accent is better than Hillary's. I'll give you that.
It should be. I'm from the South.
That's true. But your Southern accent doesn't sound as good as mine, though.
Okay, stick around for Daniel.